BM about name there names so. By now, there everybody knows with how Chief Justice case is going, and most likely say the removal no president, and in the night Ibenya is so I confirm Obi and news everybody there most likely say remove a Chief Justice every now Mame Fatima the insembi and so about two down warning show so or say impeachment or mostly Eddie Mami every and they said what two crying or the new energy. I'm a to cry every Ghana. I'm a second one so or ne ba to crying na the cost of the state any channel can or say the uniflow or more of my neck now when I'm said yeah say be to Ghana as president just all putting in the same shoes yeah fan say or say Lord Mahama and you're president here. President John Mahama and on Lord Dina into so I need to cry out. Now the Omutu cry oh that is and yet Ghana and a found now say the same thing of impeachment but a president Lord Dina and yet our president now to cry out dead with Tibia and there was so cool. Or say the same thing also about backbend. And so I the Speaker of Parliament as to me to cry Emma or more funny call for Emma the state and the chair cost in now. Now the third arm of government in Ghana, the judiciary so a two cry which me say I then already or two cry for obedience and yen or say a year now or say I'm to just say and ya better transfer after ball which is justice in the also wait me the number name what the bar remember say 2028 and now the whole Omaba power obisubeti me the same impeachment about some ami grad in the buy plan prepare in the buy the nimu nyamefe ye pam also man to job so only the entire three arms of government the executive president into a choir normal ofo bi adu atia ye kan we oba the legislature parliament about backbone etu kwan ye dey na choir judiciary most would not so to say, I then what to cry or say it doesn't make sense. Now, when you have back the credit me to cry without informing anybody, more informing will be able to cry normally the state. So, why not every and I'm made in some other two guys and say, what the president is doing, all kind, said the 2028 election. Some mobile, the same thing ever happened, and I'm akasa,
About this Chief Justice conversation, there is one issue I may major say it has not been addressed.
Okay.
What is the issue? Imagine saying ne obi the impeachment proceedings against President John Dramani Mahama. Now the biggest idea original so say mfantuno. Ene say one Yemame First Lady Lordina Mahama out to kwine on a private vacation which he is entitled. Na they are buying sika in the chart tickets. Emma Yemame Lordina Mahama ekian per diem. Na yajia to muse nunti yentu o mampenyo te akonwa so. Knowing very well say in the Mahama-Would administration, in Mills Mahama administration, in former President Kufuor administration, in JJ time media didi sunyina not even first ladies second ladies no mutu omo allowances state ne bear responsibility for omo adwuma omo ye omo nante omo kwanto ni activities omo ye ma omo office mpacho tie ni yo ye nto abama omo uti asema american mani nsano na asebwe no I just want to establish how trivial the whole thing orchestrated against the Chief Justice is. And to imagine says President Mahama ono na yedi we say dina ebeye ne de anase ye betina Ghana ha bu ye ni aguso atwa ntro say ye nimu say a president yere no mukra na atwa ticket di omutu kwan and I am saying this on the basis say the Chief Justice is not an administrative officer for the executive. The Chief Justice is the head of the judiciary and all judicial powers is vested in the judiciary under Article 125(3). Okay. Ghana hane yedemra yewo supremacy of the constitution and a rule of law. Chief Justice be anwa yehwe although the process of the appointments and removal and all that involves the president, the judicial council, the council of state. Between the time obe take position no and then the end of term obeja position at all no onya an appointee or a staff of the executive.
Yeah.
Because Ghana rapport constitution achiche the authorities of states into 3.
Okay.
And the executive power under Article 58 Clause 1. Or say the executive authority of Ghana shall vest in the president and shall be exercised in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. And to Omanpenye Juma Sanya subject to the provisions of the constitution. So now here Article 93(2). Vested the legislative power, but Article 93(2) also subject to the provisions of this constitution. The legislative power of Ghana shall vest in Parliament and shall be exercised in accordance with this constitution. And the Parliament is subject only to this constitution, not to the President. And I will call Article 125(3). The judicial authority of Ghana, or say the judicial power of Ghana shall be vested in the judiciary. Accordingly, neither the President nor Parliament nor any other organ or agency of the President or Parliament shall have or be given final judicial power. In the wisdom of the Constitution, say yebano judiciary mu interpretation final adjudication year. Chief Justice and so to say President in the judiciary.
Yeah.
Also the 2 minutes sanity.
Yes.
On your administrative body. On or yes subject to the authority of the executive. Imagine send obi beko parliament do akoka say yes say the right honorable speaker of parliament honorable Alban Bagbe yes so the year to kwama parliament eto ticket man enti e ba be pam
eso de ke tunda dada okoduba ya ne ni cook meboa house debe ni no omo state netua nipa be 6
enti I am saying say the basis omo person omo gina so di etu maami na wo ka say omo ahye kokoa mu na omo achechire da bi ndc fo anhye kokoa mu anchechire
omo ye na monte obi ehu
be mi ensan ni omo ka kire ye ese omo mu no reset bebrebe na omo ka no kire say omo mu hu no say NPP for doso wo judiciary mododo tio by NPP for they mean say under President Akufo-Addo judges are appointed to the superior court and even the lower court, but more target was usually at the Supreme Court. Enti omadwin omoso omoba ese so omohwehwe NDC for omoso so a judge for na omo appoint na omo nkrofo nkodoso ewo superior court oman kan kokoa mu abonten
what kind of bonten
even after omo lose election omo win abai the national chairman of the NDC oko granting interview or say Chief Justice and the oko say the easy ho no mani kire
I said you
get no omo ba say omo ba be to Chief Justice and fa won say say waye papa na waye boni ana wonye bibia omo kan sie you President Mahama no accept even in opposition and NDC for lawyer for and somehow no ankasa bebre wa bobi o show you so amatia can na che say oye na dwene say at all cost maame no ye be chichiro ye be sane ye sese etu na godon you know the interesting thing aba ye de bo techi ye de bo ni wie ya na asoki wo kerosene mu eduru ba so a ye de bebo no
e make out twice
so all those who are advocating for maame no it's not for her as an individual but we are saying say obeda sorry ochina Chief Justice now want you to say are you trying to say so no time will be coterminous with yours
I said it
because on also so beko no be aba beka se nani mu kra anya ne fe enti me the petition aba yen you know uko mo say article 146(10) Emma President Akonya say he may suspend the Chief Justice subject to investigation or mobile baby enti he has the power when the Constitution says me a discretionary power any the amount. So knowing how trivial the issues are, President Mahama could have chosen to say I will not suspend the woman.
In fact, in the case of Mrs. Charlotte was saying President Akufo-Addo the Constitution says shall suspend and I'm what was it May or shall Yeah, check me.
146. In the case of the Chief Justice,
no, I'm talking about
their removal is all subject to Article 146 because their appointment is also pursuant to qualification.
So, Nana Kufuado then decide they say one suspend the mamma on to say assembly be dear. Ye report to be told anymore. Yen the constitution is when you won't obey bia. Because this is all man and tina one tina. It's one quite report to bus one tina one quite one call. A bias one or monko and one. He didn't suspend her. But what dear when Yakwa suspended even ahead of receiving the petitions.
And I am telling you, say, it is so sad, okay, because NDC for no basis in an say, ye pobia in because ye say President Akufo-Addo time near Pamo Mame Charlotte say.
Yeah.
Now, Brago don't me know yatena and even this particular studio analysis on this issue.
Yeah.
Now, and Kwalano Mokasana at the time of that incident, I say no mundi politics echi. Yeah, baby. And I'm in the deputy ISIS. Omunyina church petition against each other.
Yes.
E konto kwa ma audio babo nti omo na mo papa mo ho ama omako. If you hear the audio
trading accusations
na bomo chiche free nso ase be catch us odanchima we gidechi. And even that no a call for investigation, not any rash action. Omo ankasa inside na no mo submit documents. But you have a situation
other to the Yoko.
So at the end of the day, no, don't come and trivialize and say because Omomuhu procurement breaches, there were other issues. I'm reporting the deputies to Yoko. There were recordings of one of the female commissioners. What can someone did that bontema is no crane all of a sudden. Was a sadia yepobia yinedi. Na yepobia yinedi no so it is the head of the judiciary and they say yinedi because obi say mema ko before the court. I'm a panel of 5 judges. Court natch me contempt.
And what yet?
And no yet intimidate petition and say yenyi ma me no kwatie. Court
it was a panel
of 5. And also court touch no contempt. Enti no maame na preside enti ese yima
areho
enti asem no ho ase ye ka wada ye ka no samu ase nkrofo nche dante asem na se ena me bisa se enti na obi nkofa impeachment proceedings against president say because first lady em to abama o
bechirem emu da ho
ena ye ma no to bibia na emu e de atwate kitamala na be hu NDC small boys and girls nkwala ese ma mini twa business class mo nkwala nketenkete ye hu mu on first class mu di dallas nkwala nketenkete toto fefe wa mo mo bra bia na in any case bra godon bra why na ye be appointed to the Supreme Court wa bra on meet the minimum threshold for appointment.
Oh, they say you can't cross it. So we need
one year lawyer. One practicing for 15 years.
Yes.
One proving integrity be appointed to the Supreme Court. President Akufo-Addo bedi mampenyi 8 years. The bena President Akufo-Addo saki Supreme Court.
One saki will be ada.
There be na maybe say.
There be busy.
The bena President Akufo-Addo saki will be because he did not intend and never interfered with the judiciary. If it is the case, say Musu Obi aya appointing at the time of President Akufo-Addo be a NPP judge and the mo chere say 7 na President Mahama-Would amaba. Modu amoba reset omo ye NDC judges.
With him, I mean this close will be.
Na some is unconstitutional. Meba.
The removal of Mrs. Charlotte was saying, I was integral part of it because me published a story no back to back is the front page of ABC. There's nothing about petition or more responsibility, and I can put it here. Say the president Nana Akufo-Addo wasn't even in support of the petition. But there was nothing that he could do. In fact, he was at pains when the report came to him, say, Mamini should go home. He found it difficult to make it public, say, he didn't like it. But his hands were tied by the constitution. What the why should that be triple park and a bonting? Second, judiciary a good, be never to the dean. Was it unanimous 7? A day. president. Honorable Twaswa.
And see, at the end of the day, no, near ahumeten so ne say. Obian Bisa say, is it the case? Say previous justices of the previous chief justice almost survey. Now, omono almost spouses aim to kwanya. Now, Obian Bisa say, is this the first time my chief justice any nukunu to kwanya one? But you case no so yen cheche mu ye nya say bia omu to kwanya multiple times. So the petition is against one trip with the husband and another one single trip with the ba. And she is entitled to 2 private trips. Vacation. And it is set out in the your friend is saying emoluments committee in the Juma Professor Dubuando committee. And the previous justices of the Superior Court, so that they were also entitled. Yeah. I'm told say even amendments no cry ama explicitly on the private vacation man for spouse Anka only was because now her predecessor did not have a spouse.
But you see, it goes without
convention.
Yes.
And by practice, that was the exception, not the norm. But anybody before her, no money now were entitled to this same benefit.
Debut, 3 arms of government.
Aye.
President, and then a year in the Metu Quine.
Aye.
Speaker in the year in the Metu Quine. Then the 3rd, I was one they were calling on Quine. Are we okay?
It's strange.